Have you ever noticed how a single thought about him can hijack your whole day? How one memory, one unanswered message, one what if, can spiral into hours of overthinking? It's like your heart is stuck on a loop, playing the same scene over and over, hoping for a different ending. But what if I told you that this isn't love? It's self-abandonment disguised as longing. What if the obsession isn't really about him, but about the parts of you that forgot how powerful you are without him? There's a moment, quiet, painful, when you realize you've made a whole world out of a man who couldn't even show up in yours. And that realization, it cuts deep. You remember how much you gave, how much space he took up in your mind, how little he actually returned. But lovely woman, here's the truth. No man is worth losing yourself over. Not the one who left, not the one who's inconsistent, not the one who only shows up when it benefits him. When you obsess over him, you shrink. When you reclaim your mind, you rise. Seneca once said, "He is most powerful who has power over himself," and Queen, obsessing over him means you handed that power away. You gave the keys to your peace, your beauty, your brilliance to a man who never earned it. But today, we snatch those keys back, because the crown doesn't sit on a head bowed in waiting. It rests on a woman who rises even when her heart is tired, even when her mind is spinning, even when her hands still miss what they once held. Think of a candle. When it burns too close to another flame, it melts into it, loses its shape, its purpose. But when you place it on its own, with space to glow, it lights the whole room. That is you. You were never meant to burn for him. You were meant to light your own space. And now, dear lady, the obsession ends. The overthinking ends. This is where you take yourself back, not piece by piece, but fully, completely, boldly. You are not here to chase. You are not here to beg. You are not here to keep wondering why he didn't see your worth. Because you, my beautiful woman, are not broken. You are becoming the queen you were always meant to be. And in just a few minutes, you're going to remember exactly how unstoppable you've always been. If this message touched something deep inside you, if it reminded you of your worth, your strength, your light, then show some love, Queen. Like this video and subscribe to the channel, because we are working with heart and soul to bring you content that heals, empowers, and awakens the version of you that never needed to chase anyone to feel whole. You're not alone in this. This is your space, your sisterhood, your rise. Number 1. He took the spotlight. Now you're taking back the whole stage. Have you ever felt like your heart was a stage and he was the only one under the spotlight? Every thought, every breath, every decision centered around him, like your emotions were clapping for a man who forgot his lines and still expected a standing ovation. You waited for his attention like a curtain never opening, and now you're exhausted. But what if the real breakthrough is this? He never deserved center stage to begin with. There comes a moment when you stop asking why he stopped calling. You stop wondering what she has that you don't. You stop giving him all that space in your mind like it's his personal theater. Because deep down, you were never meant to be in the audience of your own life. You were born to be the entire production, the light, the lead, the legacy. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Right now, your power is buried beneath the noise of old memories and unanswered texts. But your comeback begins the moment you take the mic back from the man who never deserved it. He walked off stage? Good. The real performance starts now, without him. Imagine this. A spotlight doesn't belong to the person who leaves, it belongs to the one who stays and rises. And you, lovely woman, have stayed far too long in the shadows of someone who could barely handle your shine. You are not an extra. You are not his supporting role. You are the headline, the fire, the brilliance he never knew how to honor. It's time to take the spotlight and expand it so wide he can't even find a corner to stand in. And when he looks back, when he realizes the show went on without him, it won't be bitterness he feels, it'll be the weight of being replaced by your glow. Because now, dear lady, you don't obsess over the past. You perform your own rise. You don't chase him. You become the woman he can never reach again. Say this with me, queens, and write it boldly in the comments. He took the spotlight. I now own the stage. Let this be your declaration, your turning point, your crown. If this message touched your heart, if it reminded you of the woman who's always been waiting to rise, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to bring you powerful, life-changing lessons to help you reclaim your mind, your love, and your light. Because you were never meant to wait in the wings. You were born to rule center stage. Number 2. He wasn't the missing piece. He was the distraction from your wholeness. Have you ever mistaken noise for love? That constant buzzing in your head, those never-ending thoughts about him, playing scenes that never had a real ending. He walked in, smiled, gave you just enough to keep you hoping, and then left you tangled in the idea of what could have been. And somewhere along the way, you convinced yourself that he was the piece you were missing. But here's the truth. He wasn't the missing piece. He was the distraction, keeping you from seeing that you were already whole. You tried to fill the silence with thoughts of him. You called the chaos in your heart love. But queen, it wasn't love. It was self-abandonment wrapped in fantasy. You gave him space in your mind, and he cluttered it with confusion. You gave him access to your energy, and he drained it without giving anything back. He wasn't the answer. He was the delay, the detour, the reason you kept questioning if you were enough when, in reality, you were always too much for a man who couldn't handle depth. Seneca once said, "Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life." But how can you live when your days revolve around the ghost of a man who chose to leave? He is not your life. He is not your future. He was a moment, not your mission. And when you obsess over him, you pause your own becoming. Imagine this. You are a puzzle already complete, every edge perfectly crafted, every part of you shaped by pain, growth, strength, and softness. He was never the final piece. He was the misplaced one, the piece that never really fit. And now you're done forcing pieces that never belonged in the first place. This isn't about forgetting him. This is about remembering yourself, remembering the woman you were before the obsession, before the overthinking, before he became the center of your universe. That woman, she's not gone. She's rising. And she's not chasing anyone. She's not waiting for validation. She's standing tall, stepping into a version of herself that no longer breaks for a man who couldn't love her right. So write this in the comments and claim it. I was always whole without him. Say it loud, say it proud, queens. Let the world hear it. No more shrinking, no more waiting, no more handing your power to a man who didn't know what to do with it. We are working with heart and purpose to bring you life-changing lessons because you were never meant to chase love. You were meant to reign in your own. Number 3. You were starving for his effort while he was full of your energy. Have you ever felt like you were pouring your heart into a black hole? Like no matter how much love, attention, or energy you gave him, It never felt like enough to make him show up the way you needed. You texted first. You waited on replies. You hoped for effort. But all you got was silence dressed as mystery, distance masked as charm, and excuses instead of action. While you were starving for the smallest sign that he cared, he was out here feasting on the comfort of knowing you'd always be there. That's not love, Queen. That's emotional starvation, and you deserve better than breadcrumbs while he sits at the table of your energy like a king who never brought a thing to offer. He took and took until you forgot how to breathe without thinking of him. But this is where it ends. There's a quote that says, "The wrong people will keep taking from you until you realize your power and stop handing them the spoon." And that's exactly what you're about to do. Because once a woman realizes she's been starving for effort while he's full of her energy, she doesn't beg, she doesn't chase, she walks away and she never looks back. Think of your energy like gold. You handed it to him freely, believing he'd protect it, value it, return it. But instead, he melted it down to wear it like jewelry, something flashy he could enjoy without ever respecting its worth. No more. You're not a gift to be mishandled. You're the treasure that no careless man deserves access to. Dear lady, you are not broken. You are the feast, and if he couldn't bring a seat to your table with love, with effort, with presence, he doesn't eat here anymore. From this moment on, you stop obsessing. You stop waiting for effort from a man who couldn't even meet your bare minimum, because you are not here to starve in love. You are here to reign in it. And queens don't beg for crumbs. Queens own the table. Write this in the comments and claim it. I no longer starve for effort. I am the table. We're working hard to create content that helps you rise, love smarter, and never again hand your power to someone unworthy. This is your time, Queen. Take it. Number 4. He was the thought that drowned you. Now you're the wave that overpowers him. Have you ever felt like your thoughts were waves crashing over you, pulling you under every time his name popped up in your mind? Like no matter how much you tried to focus on other things, he was always there, floating around in your head, making it hard to breathe? That kind of obsession feels quiet on the outside, but inside, it's loud. It steals your sleep, your smile, your sense of control. You don't talk about it, but every notification makes your heart race. Every scroll on social media feels like walking on glass. And deep down, you start to wonder, why can't I stop thinking about him? Let me tell you why. Because you gave him space in your heart that he didn't earn. Because your energy wrapped itself around him like a tide. You became the ocean for a man who couldn't even swim. And now it's time to shift the power. The thought that once drowned you will no longer own you. Because you, dear lady, are the wave. And it's your turn to rise. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That thought you've been drowning in, it's not about him. It's about forgetting how powerful you were before he ever came into the picture. You weren't weak, you were loyal. You weren't obsessed, you were committed. You saw him clearly, but he never saw you. That is not your fault. But holding on to a man who let you go, that's not love, beautiful woman. That's self-abandonment. Think of the ocean. It doesn't beg ships to stay. It doesn't cry when something sails away. It simply continues to move, to roar, to crash with power. That is you. You are not stuck in his tide anymore. You are the wave now. The very thing he thought would stay soft has become the force he can't ignore. He may expect you to stay down. He may think you'll keep waiting, keep missing, keep hoping. But what he didn't see coming is the woman who turned her overthinking into clarity, the woman who turned her breakdown into a breakthrough, the woman who finally realized she was never drowning, she was preparing to rise. Now take a deep breath, Queen, because this is the beginning of your shift. This is where the thoughts of him stop having power. This is where you crash over everything that once held you back. Because when a woman becomes the wave, no man can hold her down again. Write this in the comments and claim it. I am the wave, not the wreck. Let the world know you're done drowning in what should have let you rise. And if this message woke something inside you, if it helped you take one more step back to yourself, like this video and subscribe. We are here, working hard to bring you the lessons, healing, and reminders that remind you. You were never meant to be small. You were born to reign. Number 5. He was a chapter, not the whole book. Stop rereading what tried to end you. Have you ever asked yourself why you keep returning to the same memory, the same conversation, the same man who already showed you he couldn't love you right? Why do you keep rereading a chapter that only left you torn, confused, and empty? That version of love wasn't love. It was survival, dressed up in fantasy. And deep down, you know it. You know that holding on to him is holding yourself back. But still, you replay the moments, hoping to find something new in the same old pain. Let's get this clear. He was a chapter, not the whole book. He was a moment in your life, not your entire story. You were never meant to stop there. He may have come with lessons, with passion, even with dreams. But he also came with confusion, silence, and disrespect. And if you're honest, you kept rereading that part, hoping to rewrite it with a happier ending. But the truth is, you cannot heal by going backwards, and you cannot rise while chained to the page he walked off of. There's a quote that says, "The past is a place of reference, not residence." So why are you still living where you were hurt? Queens don't nest in broken places. They rebuild castles with the bricks that were once thrown at them. And you, dear woman, you've already outgrown the page he left you on. You've cried enough. You've questioned enough. Now it's time to turn the page and never look back. Think of your heart like a garden. You planted flowers, poured your love into the soil, waited for him to meet you there, but he never came to water it. And now the garden has overgrown him. He can't even find the gate. Let him stay lost. That season is over. The new chapter begins with you, stronger, wiser, untouched by his absence. You're no longer a girl waiting to be chosen. You are the author now. It's time to stop obsessing, stop spinning in circles around a man who couldn't handle your light. He had a front row seat to your love and chose to leave during the best part. That's on him, not you. Queens, say this with power. I'm not stuck. I've just closed that chapter. Write it in the comments and claim it. Let the world know you are done rereading pain and ready to start writing power. We are here, working with purpose, bringing you the lessons and love you deserve. Because, Queen, your story is far from over. It's just getting legendary. Number 6. He expected you to wait. Now he'll watch you walk right past him. He thought you'd wait. He thought you'd stay stuck, standing exactly where he left you, holding your breath while he wandered off chasing excitement, chasing ease, chasing her. He thought you'd always be available, always ready to pick up where he dropped the story. But here's the truth he never saw coming. You were never his pause button. You are not the kind of woman who waits forever. You may have given him time. You may have hoped, prayed, doubted yourself. But now, that time is over. You're done playing the background character in a movie he thought he was starring in. And no, this isn't bitterness. This is clarity. This is that moment where the fog lifts and you finally see it for what it is. He expected you to wait while he figured things out. But you, dear woman, are not a waiting room. You are the destination. And when a man walks away thinking he has time, thinking you'll still be there when he feels like coming back, he's already lost the right to be part of your future. Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." And Queen, obsessing over him, was wasting time. Time you can never get back. But the beautiful thing, you can start now. This is where the obsession ends and the rain begins. Think of a train. The doors open once. The chance is offered. But when those doors close and the train moves forward, it doesn't look back. He missed that ride. And now, he can only watch as you speed into a future he's no longer invited to. Let him feel the stillness while you move. Let him sit in the silence he created while you rise in the power you forgot you had. You are no longer the woman who waits. You are the woman who walks gracefully, confidently, with no hesitation. You are stepping into a life where you don't chase love. You attract it. And the right man. He won't make you wait. He'll show up. He'll match your energy. He'll know he's standing in front of a woman who knows her value. Write this in the comments and claim it. I do not wait. I walk forward. Let the world know, queens, that your time has come. No more obsessing, no more hoping he turns around. Because you've already turned the page, and this next chapter is all about you. We're working every single day to bring you the truth, the healing, and the power you deserve. This is your space, and this is your rise. Number 7. He became the habit. Now you're choosing healing over him. Have you ever noticed how he became part of your routine without you even realizing it? How thinking about him was the first thing you did when you woke up and the last thing before you closed your eyes at night. It started with missing him, wondering about him, hoping he'd come back. But now, it feels like an addiction, not love, a habit. And the hardest part of breaking a habit is admitting it's not feeding you anymore. It's draining you. He became your craving, your comfort, your excuse to avoid healing. But beautiful woman, the truth is, he was not your medicine. He was your delay. Right now, you're sitting with thoughts you've carried for too long, replaying the same scenes, the same words, like an old song you don't even like anymore. You keep asking why he chose her, why he stopped trying, why he let you go so easily. But let's ask a better question. Why are you still choosing him in your thoughts when he's already chosen to leave? When a man becomes your habit, he starts controlling the rhythm of your life. And you, queen, were never born to dance to someone else's beat. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." And that strength, it's already in you. You don't need to wait for him to remember you, call you, miss you. What you need is to remember who you are without him. Because this obsession is not about him. It's about your heart begging for your attention again. It's about your soul asking you to come home. Imagine holding a glass of dirty water. That's your mind on obsession. But the moment you start pouring clean water, peace, clarity, truth, it starts to overflow. And eventually, the dirt runs out. That's what healing looks like. You don't fight to remove him, you just keep pouring more of you into the space he used to take up. That's the moment the shift begins. Dear lady, this is not heartbreak. This is a wake-up call. You don't have to live in his shadow anymore. You don't have to wait for closure that may never come. The only closure you need is the one you give yourself, with a full heart and a clear mind. No more checking his updates, no more searching for signs, no more shrinking. You are not obsessed. You were just distracted from your own power. But now, you're choosing healing over him. Say it with me, queens. He was a habit, but I am the healing. Write it in the comments and claim it. And if this message pulled you closer to your truth, like this video and subscribe. Because we are working hard to bring you the strength, the softness, the lessons you need to stop obsessing and start rising. Your reign begins now.